What's going on, people, and welcome to Metabout Football. My name is Bas, and once again, I'm joined without Kamal. However, he's given me his predictions via Messenger. So I'm ready to give our predictions for this week's game week, which would be game week 27. However, before we start, I just want to wish everyone well. I hope everyone's doing very good, especially in these times, these times of a pandemic and whatnot. However, let's get cracking on. And I will start off by showing you the table between me and Kamal. We'll see, because Kamal did very well in the last game week. He gained 2 points on me. So I will share the table. I think that's it. Wait. Yeah, I think that is it. I'll stop sharing it because I can't really. Let's share. Let's try it again. Yeah. Boom. There we go. I'm on 67.5 points after 26 game weeks. Kamal's on 65.5. Sorry, he's gained 3 points on me, I think, or 2 points on me. From the last game week. So he's done very well last game week. I've done average. I could have done better. But anyways, there's another game week to predict and hopefully more points to be had. So starting off with our first fixture, I'll share our predictions page. Boom. Our first fixture is Burnley versus Arsenal. As you can all see, I've already written down our predictions. We're both predicting, me and Kamal are both predicting an Arsenal win against Burnley. We're thinking that Arsenal will continue their run of good form, especially after beating Leicester last week. And I'm not sure who else they played. Did they have a double game week? I'm not quite sure. I can't remember. However, well, our thinking is that, Arsenal will continue their decent run of form and try and push for a Europa place come soon, maybe in the next few game weeks, who knows. On to the next one. Again, both going for a Southampton win. I'm going 2-0. Kamal's going 2-1. It's just Southampton's been in a very poor run of form, but they're coming across a very weak Sheffield United. Even though they did well, Sheffield United did well in their last game. They beat, I think it was Aston Villa 1-0. However, I do think Southampton will be too strong because Aston Villa are missing a few players. They're missing Grealish. They're missing that spark that drives them on, which is Grealish, really. But Southampton should be up for this, I reckon. And I'm going for a 2-0 Southampton win. And Kamal's going for a 2-1. Moving on, speaking of Aston Villa, Kamal reckons they're going to lose again without their spark, without their Grealish, without their energetic midfielder. In Grealish, Kamal reckons that they'll lose to Wolverhampton 2-0. However, I think it'll be a draw. I think it'll be a very close game. Wolverhampton have shown a bit of good form, I'd say. Yeah, they're a bit hot and cold. So far this season, they're a bit hit and miss, especially missing their front man, Jimenez still. I'm not too sure what's happening with him. He was expected to return last month. However, it's not to be. His injury is a serious one. After he collided heads with David Luiz, when was it? December? Or maybe even November, can't remember. However, ever since then, they've just been missing, a poacher, really. They create a lot of chances. They're just missing that front man who can finish those chances, really. Anyway, I'm going for a draw, hoping for a draw. And again, Kamal's going for a Wolverhampton win 2-0. Moving on, Brighton versus Leicester City. Brighton, very, very, very unlucky not to win. Can't remember who they played last week, but they lost. They lost 2-1, I think, or 1-0. Can't remember who they played. I think it was West Brom. They played West Brom and lost. They lost 1-0, I think. Again, Brighton should be winning these games. Brighton plays very, very good football, just have been so unlucky, so unfortunate not to bury their chances, which is why I'm going for a 1-1 draw, because Leicester City is also struggling for form. They haven't won in their last 3 games. Leicester City's gone through a bit of an injury crisis. Like we said last week, I think their injuries have caught up to them now. And it showed in their last 2 games where they played against Burnley. They were lucky to really escape with a draw against Burnley, and they really played very bad against. I'd say it was pretty much like a second string Arsenal team, really. Fielding, Willian, and David Luiz, to me, aren't the best Arsenal players. But they did do well. David Luiz done well. So did Willian. And it just showed, Leicester's abilities, I guess. Now, again, Kamal's going for a Leicester win. He's going for a 1-3 Leicester win, and I'm hoping for a 1-1 draw in this game. Hopefully, you know what? I really hope Brighton win. Brighton's been playing very good football. I want Brighton to win, really. But my head's telling me that they're not gonna bury their chances in this game again. They're gonna be unfortunate and possibly draw. Moving on to the next one, which is West Bromwich Albion versus Newcastle United. Again, Kamal's, Newcastle won their last game, I think, didn't they? Or they drew. They drew 1-1, and I'm not too sure who was against. I think it was against. Let me have a look. I don't have it. It was against Wolves. They played against Wolves, and they drew 1-1. And I think Newcastle were lucky to come away with a draw in that game. However, in this one, me and Kamal are both thinking that without Callum Wilson, especially, Newcastle, I'm not going to do so well. They're not going to be so hot. They're not going to be clinical in front of goal. Maybe St. Maximin can clinch a goal for him. But Kamal, as you guys can see, is going for a 2-1 West Brom win. He thinks Big Sam can get over Steve Bruce. And I'm also going for a 1-0 West Brom win, hoping Big Sam gets the 3 points, a well-needed 3 points for West Brom if they're going to try and survive this season into the Premier League. Moving on to my boys, Liverpool playing against Fulham. Now, I remember the reverse fixture of this. We drew this game. We drew this game 1-1, I believe. I think it was 1-1. Yeah, it was a very surprising 1-1. Scott, who am I saying? Scott? Yeah, Scott Parker. Scott Parker, the manager of Fulham, has got his boys playing very, very good football, especially in this later stage of the season. In the first half of the season, they were very poor, and I predicted for them to go down this season, really, because the way they played, they showed a lot of weak abilities in defense, especially. I believe they were just too naive to stay up in the Premier League. However, Scott Parker's got them firing now, and they've been drawing a lot of games. They've been very unlucky in some games too, not to win. However, they're still in 18th, I believe, and they do have a good chance of getting out of the relegation zone. However, I'm hoping not in this game, not against Liverpool, especially at home. I know we are going through somewhat of a bad form at home, losing 5 games in a row. Klopp's breaking all club records, and not for the good reasons either. However, Kamal's gone for a 3-1 Liverpool win. I'm going for a 3-0 Liverpool win, and we'll have a look at some injuries from Liverpool because as of now, Kabak is doubtful. So again, we're missing another centre back. So it'll be interesting to see who we're going to put as a centre back partnership. I really hope Fabinho plays more in a central role. I don't want to see him in centre back position, especially against Fulham. I want to see a more attacking threat. And I do think with the way Klopp took off Salah in the last game, I do think we will see a new front three this game. Maybe Jota will come in for Salah or Jota will come in for Bobby. Not too sure what we'll see exactly, but a change is needed, and a change I think that we will see. However, it'll be a game that I can't wait to watch. And we'll move on from there, which is our next game is Manchester City versus Manchester United. This is the Manchester Derby, which is our game of the week. Kamal's hoping for a 2-2 draw. Not surprised there, but he's relying on high hopes, and I reckon Manchester City is just going to batter Manchester United. I'm going for a 3-1 Manchester City win. That's just pretty straightforward, I reckon. So we'll move on to the next one, which is Tottenham Hotspur versus Crystal Palace. Again, you can see Kamal was very angry with the Crystal Palace draw in the last game round. So he's hoping for a thumping from Tottenham Hotspur. I'm going for something similar, you could say. I reckon Tottenham will be too strong for Crystal Palace. Again, it'll be interesting to see if Gareth Bale starts again. I think he will. And I don't think Palace will stand a chance, especially when they don't have any creativity going forward. They looked very poor going forward, especially with that Zaha. And if that continues to be the case, I think Crystal Palace will find themselves to be, again, just a bit blunt going forward and be without any attacking options, really. Benteke is too slow, especially when he doesn't have someone to do the running for him, such as Ayew or the qualities of a player like Zaha next to him. So moving on to the next one, which is Chelsea versus Everton. Both me and Kamal couldn't really spot a winner in this game. Both teams have been in really good form, especially Everton keeping 3 clean sheets on the bounce. And Chelsea also played very well against Liverpool in their last game, keeping a clean sheet. And they also kept a clean sheet against Manchester United as well. However, the performance was, they played defensive, so can't say that the performance was pretty crap. But it was a crap game, to be honest. But they played very well against Liverpool. They looked very threatening on the counter, and they defended. And for some periods of time as well in the second half, they defended very deep. They defended very well against Liverpool's attack. Now with Everton as well, similar. They had a few clean sheets now on the bounce, defending very well. However, in this game, we couldn't see a clear winner. So we're both opting for the draw. Kamal going for a 2-2 draw, and I'm going for 1-1. So that goes on to the next one, which is West Ham United versus Leeds United. Both teams doing very well. West Ham pushing for a Champions League place. Leeds United pushing for more of a Europa League place. However, both teams in similar form at the moment. Kamal's gone for a West Ham win. He's gone for a 3-2 win. However, I couldn't see a winner in this game. But I could be blindsided because of how West Ham performed in the past. So, but I think a 2-2 draw, depending on how West Ham plays, But I do think a 2-all draw is it will be a fair result for this matchup. But we'll see what happens. It will be interesting to see how this game will unfold. Because West Ham's have been very dangerous on the counter attack, and Lee's just spearhead attack gung ho style. So it'll be very, very interesting to see what will happen in this game. On to the next one. Manchester City has a double game week, as well as Southampton, and they play against each other in the last game of this game week, the last fixture of this game week. This is Manchester City versus Southampton. Kamal's gone for 5-0 Manchester City thrashing. I'm going for a 3-0. Again, City just dominating, 21 wins on the trot. If they beat Manchester United, it'll be 22 games on the trot, and then they beat Southampton, 24 games. I think that I don't know what record they're going for, but obviously they're going for some sort of a winning record, and I think they'll get it too. With the way the teams are playing this season, especially the Big Six clubs, no one's really performing well. As in the table at the moment, City leads the table by what? Let me see the table. I think by 12 points. Whoa, 14 points. Manchester City leads by 14 points. The second nearest team is Manchester United on 51 points. No one's catching Manchester City, and they're just gonna go from strength to strength, breaking records. I as a football fan, I hate to see it. I really thought this season will be more of a tight one, more competitive. However, as well, like Liverpool were meant to be the team to challenge Manchester City this season, or even to put up somewhat of a decent challenge or a decent title defense. However, it's not to be. Liverpool's having a very, very poor season, especially with their injuries as well. Henderson's been out for half of the games. Van Dijk, as you all know, the defensive injury woes continue with Liverpool. And we're sitting on 43 points. An interesting stat that I came across at this time of the year. Moyes' Manchester United had more points than Liverpool have this year. So when Moyes managed in 2013-2014 season, he was on 45 points by the 27th game. And Liverpool see themselves in 7th after 27 games on 43 points, which has been quite disastrous, really. And I don't know what's going to happen in the future. The future just for me looks bleak at the moment. But we're still here. We're still supporting. Just hoping Klopp can do something with this, with these tragedies. Really, I don't even know. Can't even call them tragedies, can I? Yeah. Anyways. So that concludes our predictions for game week 27. I wish everyone well, and we'll see you again next time.